just a quick general look at how we handle questions when we get asked questions. How do we solve problems? So just 4 little key things to remember when you see a question, okay? Always take some time when you read your question. So the first thing, you read your question 4 times. That is the key thing that we need to pay attention to here. Always read your question 4 times. The first time you read it, you think about the big picture. What is it all about? Are we looking at measurement, volume, surface area, for example? Okay. Now that we know that it's mostly about measurement, we then look at key details. Okay, so you've read it now. Second time, highlight key details. Have they given you certain dimensions? Have they given you the height, the width, etc.? What have they given you? You highlight that important stuff. Once you've highlighted important information, the next time you read your question, you analyze it. What is it actually asking you to do? Is it asking you to work out surface area of this 3D shape or volume of this 3D shape, for example? What is it actually asking? And then the next time you read it, you are thinking about your response. How are you going to answer the question? So more specifically, I have been giving you volume and surface area examples because that's what we're going to be focusing on today. Okay, and as we know with measurement questions, they give you lots of information, lots of measurements, and they could ask you, yeah, with those same measurements, either volume or surface area. Okay. So that's just a quick little recap on how we should be approaching our questions, especially when it comes to an exam. Remember, take your time and read carefully. You don't want to waste time answering the wrong thing. Okay, so I'm not going to go, well, I can go through this example a little bit. So this is how you could approach a question, for example. So our example, we're looking at a picture of a cereal box. As we can see, our cereal box is a rectangular shape. We have been given measurements. And yeah, so the first question says, calculate the area of the printed surface of the box, including the label. Okay, so I've read it the first time. So I've done the big picture. Big picture, I'm looking at a cereal box. They said something about area. Okay, second point is the key details. Now we underline. Calculate the area. Okay, that's a key thing of the printed surface. Printed surface. Okay. Then next step is, what is it actually asking you? So now generally we know surface area. We want to go and work out the area of all the sides, the front, the side, the bottom, the back. But in this instance, they are only asking us to actually work out the area of the front. So what is it actually asking us? It's asking us to work out the front of this cereal box. Okay, and now that we know that it's just the front, if we look at the front of the cereal box, what shape do we see? We see a rectangle, and now we go to the fourth clue or hint to help us answer an question. It's just a rectangle, so it'll just be our length times our height of the cereal box. Okay, and we don't just jump to working out the whole surface area of the cereal box. Okay, they just wanted the front, which is just a normal rectangle, 2D shape. Okay, so that was just an example of how we approach our questions. Okay, read it, highlight it, look at what it's actually asking us, and then now try figure it out. Okay. Just want to see. Okay, so let's have a look at some questions. So this is still examples. I don't want to go through that right now. Okay, so what do you guys know about surface area and volume? Who can tell me what they remember about surface area and volume? Does anyone want to talk to me? Imitle, yes.
Ma'am, surface volume is length times breadth times height, and then surface area is two times the length times breadth plus 2 times the length times the height plus 2 breadth times height.
Okay, I did try to keep up with you, but it sounded correct. So well done. That's impressive. Did you say that off by heart?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you read it from your book?
I read some of it from my book, ma'am, but the first two I know of by heart.
You know off by heart. Okay, so you're almost there. Good job. Well done, Imihle. Thank you. Okay, Mulalo, what do you want to say about volume and surface area? So we've got the formulas done. What else do we know about volume and surface area? Mulalo, are you there? Hi, Mulalo. Okay, let's ask Kia. Kia? Okay. I'm going to try one more person. I don't know if it's from my side. Itandile?
No, ma'am.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good, ma'am.
Okay, so
Ma'am?
what you want to tell me? Yes.
What I know about volume is the amount of space available in an object, or like the shape. And then the surface area is of any object that is the area, or how can I explain this? Area or region occurred by the surface of the object. That's what I
Okay.
know.
All right. So for surface area, we're looking at an object, a 3D shape. And do you agree we're working out the area of every single side?
Not really, ma'am, because what I noticed about this diagram here, the one with the 10 millimeters, ma'am, it basically focus on what the side is, the sides basically, because only the sides have like a few, how do you call this, numbers that you can figure out, and then you should know like the rest of the 3D shape is like
Yes.
the same. Yes.
Yes. Okay, so you're looking at this bottom
Yes, ma'am.
angle, and you're basically saying that I should know that this side's also 2, and there's also 2, and this side must be 10.
Yes, ma'am, because when you say length times breadth, ma'am, like you can see, like length is the big piece of the longer side, and then breadth, I can't explain breadth, but then yeah, and then height is the like can't explain height and breadth, but then yes.
Okay. So width is how wide something is in simple terms, and the height is how high it sits, like from the ground or wherever.
Yes,
How
ma'am.
high the object goes up. Okay, so good. That's very good. But now with surface area, that does mean we are working out the sides of the surface area of every single side. So for me to work out the surface area of this shape over here, that means I'm going to be working out what is the area of just this face. Okay, and that would be my length times my height, my 10 times 2, because we know this side is 2. Okay, but then I'm
Yes,
going to times that by 2 because there's a similar side at the back, or exact side at the back. Okay, and then we work out the area of this side, and then we know that on this side it's the same, so that's why we always times in by 2. Then I work out the area of the top, which is my length times width, and we know at the bottom there's also a length times width. So this is why the formula always has a 2 in front of everything. So my red, this is my length times width, and I times by 2 because there's a piece on the top and there's a piece on the bottom that's exactly the same. Okay, then my length times height is the yellow part. So we work out the area of that side, the area of the back side. So we
Yes,
are
ma'am.
working out the area of every single side that we can see, every single surface of the shape that we see, we work out the area. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
good. Well done. Thank you, Tandile. That was good.
Pleasure, ma'am.
Okay, Mulalo, I see you saying you did respond. I don't think I could hear you. Let's try again. Are you there? Mulalo?
Okay, Mulalo, I suggest you just send me a quick personal message with whatever trouble you're experiencing, and we can sort that out and carry on with the class for now.
Perfecto. Okay, guys, so now let's actually get to a question. Here is a picture of a brick, okay? We've been given all the dimensions of the brick. First question, calculate the surface area of one brick. Give your answer in centimeters squared. Okay, I've read it once. Again, calculate the surface area. They asked me for surface area of one brick. And the key thing is in centimeters squared. Can you see that all the measurements given are in millimeters? So what do you think our first step is going to be before we can work out the surface area? We're going to go through how to work it out right now. Okay, so I can see some of you have said convert in the chat. So let's do that first. So first up is converting. So my 215 millimeters to centimeters, what am I going to divide by? There, I see Mulalo has mentioned in the chat, we divide by 10. A lot of you are saying by 10. Okay, so 215 divided by 10 gives me 21,5 centimeters. Okay, so I'm just going to write it over here. My length is 21,5 centimeters. My width, 102. We're doing the same thing. Divide by 10 gives you 10,2 centimeters. So I'm going to write it out here. Width is 10,2 centimeters. And my height is 75 divided by 10, which gives me 7,5. So only because they asked us in the question to give our answer in centimeters, we're going to do that straight away, is convert everything. Okay. Now that I have my length, width, height in the right unit, I'm going to ask you guys to use this beautiful long formula and work out the surface area for me quickly. I'll give you a few minutes. Okay, I can see beautiful answers in the chats. Keep it up. Lungile, I see you have a question for us.
Oh, no, ma'am. I think my hand was raised up by mistake.
Oh, okay, no worries. Here.
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, I'd like to ask if you haven't joined the bootcamp the first time. For the second time, do you still pay the same amount?
I'm going to ask Hugo to please help out with that question.
Yes, Kia, you do pay the same amount, and then you will get exclusive access to the video for the first bootcamp that nobody else gets, okay? And also the second one is actually the most important one. So don't stress about missing out on the first one, okay?
Yes, sir.
Good question, Kia. For all of you that still want to join for the second one, you still can, and then you will get access to the first lessons video. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have substituted my values into this beautiful long formula, and I can see Intabi saying is very, very excited to ask a question or answer this question.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
how are you?
good. And
How are you? I'm good, ma'am. Can I ask a question? What if you already paid for the boot camp, right, ma'am? And then you didn't join the last weekend. Are you still gonna pay for it this weekend, or are you gonna be fine?
Okay, Tabise, so you only pay one amount and then you do get both bootcamp classes, okay? So don't stress, you are all good for this weekend. I suggest you sit back and enjoy. Don't stress about the bootcamp. You have it covered for this weekend, okay? Thank you so much, Ntambise. For the rest, I would like you all to please put your hands down. It is not question time now. Teacher Monique would like to get through this question, guys. Let's focus on this question, please, guys. It's not question time at the moment. Let's put the hands down.
Yes,
Thank you.
and we can ask about bootcamp after class. Okay, so wait until that moment. All right, so guys, unless we have a question relating to this question, let's keep our hands down. But for now, yeah, okay, all the hands went down. So we have substituted correctly, guys. Rule of thumb, always check that a number appears twice. So 21,5 appears twice. 10,2 appears twice. And 7,5 also appears twice. Then you know that you haven't left anything out. Okay. And then you go and do your calculations. But now remember, you're not allowed to use a calculator. So you need to go and do your times calculations on the side. And once you have done all your calculations, you should get an answer of 914,1 centimeters squared. Surface area is squared. Okay. Please make sure if your hand is up, it is related to the question. Kwame, yes.
No.
Again.
Ma'am. Okay,
yes.
I would like to ask, ma'am, the centimeter, and then there's a 2 there. I write it, but I don't have a knowledge of it, ma'am. Can you just quickly explain what does it mean, ma'am, with a 2?
After my centimeters.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so just basically with area, our unit. So normally if we're just looking at length, distance, whatever, it's centimeters, meters, kilometers, etc. But when it comes to area, our units are all squared. So if I was looking at kilometers, all of these dimensions were in kilometers, it would be kilometers squared. Okay, because generally when you're working out area of something, you are saying length times width, for example, you are saying 2 meters times 3 meters. This is just an example. Okay, and you'll get your answer of 6. And as you can see, it's meters times meters. There are 2 meters there, so it's meters squared. So area is always going to be squared. When it comes to volume, however, it's length times width times height. So it'll be 2 meters times 3 meters times 4 meters, for example. 2 times 3 is 6 times 4 is 24. Okay, and again, it's 1, 2, 3 meters there. So that is why it is meters cubed for volume.
Oh.
Okay, so that's just one little trick that you can keep in mind. We've got 2 meters for area, so it's meters squared, and for volume, it's cubed.
Okay, ma'am, I understand now. Thank you.
Perfect. Good question. Okay, guys. If you have a question relating to this one, please direct it to Hugo in the chat. I would really like to move on to the next question. Okay. Please remember to take screenshots, especially when we have these big sums. Okay, 3.1.2. A builder uses 500 bricks to build a wall. What is the total surface area of the wall if the striped surface is facing the viewer? Give your answer in meters squared. Okay. So, does anyone want to volunteer how we could do this question? Mulalo? Are you there? Okay, so let's go through this. Again, key things here, 500 bricks to build a wall. What is the total surface area of one side of the wall if the striped surface is facing the viewer? Okay, so let's have a look at the striped surface particularly. So I'm drawing this brick, okay? It looks like this. This is the side that is facing me. Okay. We know that the length is 21.5 centimeters, and we know that the height is 7.5 centimeters. So all I've done is I've just turned this brick around so that the striped side is looking at me. Okay. So we want to know the total surface area. So how do I work out the area of this shape? This shape is a rectangle. So how do I work out the shape of a rectangle? The area of a rectangle, sorry, not shape, area of a rectangle. Lubanzi? Okay, I see in the chat. Area of a rectangle is length times width. Okay, so I've got my length times my width. So guys, all I've done here is I've turned the brick around and it's asked me to work out the area of this side. This side is just a rectangle, it's just 2D. Okay, when you times those together, what do we get? Let me see it in the chats. (21.5) times 7.5. Okay, is 161.25 centimeters squared, which I'm seeing in the chat. Fantastic work. Okay. So now, I forgot to highlight this important part. You see why it's important to read your question 4 times? They want the answer in meters squared. So before I go on, I want to convert this to meters squared. So I could have converted beforehand. I could have converted this to meters. Centimeters to meters, we divide by 100. Divide by 100. Another way you can do it, which is a little bit more complicated, is that you get to the step we are at, and we want to go from centimeters squared to meters squared. So we follow the same conversion. We say divide by 100, okay, as we normally would for centimeters to meters. But because it's centimeters squared, my conversion is going to be 100 squared. But this is a little bit more complicated, okay, than the original. We should have converted beforehand. So that will give us an answer of 0,16125 meters squared. But if you convert it in this step and then multiplied, you would still get the same answer. Okay. So now I've worked out the area in meters squared of this rectangle. However, have I answered the question yet? What else do they want to know?
Guys, teacher Monique is checking if you are all not asleep. Please check that answer, guys. And you guys need to wake up and do the sums yourselves, please. Check on the screen. Does that look correct, guys? Did teacher Monique do the correct calculations? This is a test. She's checking if everybody is awake. 161,25 divided by 100 squared. 100 squared gives you, let's start there. What does 100 squared give you? You guys need to think about this.
Hey, Emitle, you have a question. Let's hear from you.
Ma'am, I actually want to answer what the answer to 100 squared is, ma'am. It's 1,000.
100 squared is the 1,000. 100 squared?
10,000.
Good. So in other words, 100 squared is 10,000. Good. Well done. Thank you, Emitle. Nyele, yes, let's hear from you. Nyela? Are you there? Okay, last try. Itandile.
Ma'am,
What's
I would like to ask, since it's 10,000, when you say 100 times 100, ma'am, isn't it 10,000, right? And your answer, isn't your answer supposed to be 0,16125 meters
Yes.
squared?
Yes, that's what I've written down.
No, ma'am. Since the comma has, after the comma, there's supposed to be a 0 where the a 1 is, because it's 10,000.
Give me 2
The
seconds.
comma's supposed to shift. The comma's supposed to shift 4 times.
Itandile, well done. You are correct, Itandile.
Yes,
Thank
you
you,
are. Okay, so
Thanks, Itandile. Out of a class of 104, it's only Itandile that's awake. Teacher Monique was testing all of you. And I think, well, maybe Emitle and Kiamo, whose hands are up next in line, maybe they also knew it. But then for the other 101 of you, you guys were all sleeping. But now, please, let's...
But sir, I wrote down the answer and then I checked again on the calculator and then it said I'm wrong, so I had to do something.
you are correct. Good for
Thank
checking.
you.
Good for checking. Well done.
Yeah, let's
Thank
all
you.
make sure we have the right answer in our books.
Okay. Just checking the chat there. All right, so we said 6,125 centimeters squared. And then the most important, guys, is they want to know the area of 500 bricks.
Ma'am,
So
it's
we
meter
times
squared,
that.
not millimeter squared.
Thank you. You're on top form today. Okay, we times by 500. And what do we get? Let's see it in the chat. Times by 500. Cabello, thank you. And let me not make the same mistake. Meters squared. Because we're working out area. Area is always squared. Nice. Kamahelo, I see your beautiful answer as well. Well done, guys. For the most part, you seem to be awake. These are very, very complex questions. They're not simple, work out the surface area, work out the volume of a basic shape. They're making you think a little bit. Okay. The next one. Are we ready? It says 3.1.3. Calculate the volume of one brick. Give your answer in centimeters cubed. So let's highlight the right thing. Okay, we are working out the volume of one brick and answer in centimeters cubed. So I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to quickly work that out. You know the volume formula. And make sure you're using the right units. Centimeters. Okay, I'm letting you guys roll with this one. Once you get your answer, let me know in the chat. Guys, just quickly, we are still looking at the brick at the top here. Yeah, good. Guys, I'm seeing the answer for the next rectangular prism. The next rectangular box, not the brick. Okay, guys, so let's go through this. So again, we are using length, which is 21.5 centimeters. My breadth or my width is 10.2 centimeters, and my height is 7.5 centimeters. Okay, I put it into my formula. 21.5 times by 10.2 times by 7.5. They're all in centimeters, which is what we want because we want the answer to be in centimeters cubed. Itandile, yes.
Afternoon, ma'am.
Afternoon.
Ma'am, this is what I got. I got 1,660,875.
Check again.
Yes, ma'am.
Started off well. I get 1,644,75.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, and I thought,
in the wrong way.
okay, and I can see these beautiful answers in the chat. Yes, yes, yes. Well done, well done. Okay, good. That was a nice, easy one. Well done, everyone. Fantastic work. Diego, yes, do you have a question? No, I see you put your hand down. Ngalwa, hello.
I just wanted to answer this question, but I saw
Oh,
you
no.
answer.
Okay, maybe the next one.
Okay, ma'am.
Awesome, thank you. Okay. Okay, guys, so I am going to skip past 3.1.4 and let's look at the question we were all eagerly looking at. Okay. Below is a diagram of a water reservoir. So something that holds a lot of water. They've given us our dimensions. They're all in meters. Now it says 3.2.1. The reservoir is 75% full. How many liters are there? How do you think we're going to approach this question? So we know that it's not filled all the way. And been asked about liters. How do we make the connection between these two things? I've been given a 3D shape with 3 dimensions, and now all of a sudden they're mentioning liters. Lubanzi, do you want to let us know?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
How are you, ma'am?
Good, and you?
Yes, ma'am. I think that we're supposed to say 75% to 100, ma'am. 75% of 100.
Okay, so that will give us, yeah, that's one way of writing out the percentage. That's good. And then do you know what else we should do?
No, ma'am.
Okay, that's a good start. Well done. Thank you. Let's ask, okay, got hands down. Itandile, let me guess. What is the next step?
Ma'am, I'm also guessing here.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, I thought we should calculate the volume of the shape, and then we should say 75 over 100, and then your answer, the volume answer over 1, and then you're gonna get your liters, and then you're gonna convert it basically, ma'am.
Well done. That's exactly it. Thank you. Fantastic. Good job. You sound shocked. Good job. So that is great, guys. When we are given something like this and all of a sudden they ask for liters, our key is to think of volume. Okay, volume. Remember, it's filled with water. There are liters of water inside the shape. Remember, volume has got to do with the inside of the shape, how much the shape can hold. Okay, so volume and liters is your link. Can we work out the volume? Yes, we can, because we have all the dimensions. Length times breadth times height. Length is 10 meters, breadth is 8 meters, and the height is 2 meters. And now lots of you gave me this answer already previously, so I'm going to quickly check the chats. Okay, nope, we're not giving that answer just yet. Umar, yes, well done. Good, good, good. Drop those answers like they are hot. Yes, Blake. Kamogelo, yes, yes, yes. Okay, good. We get 160 meters cubed. And then the next step. So the full volume is 160, but we know that it's not filled all the way. It's only filled to 75%. Okay, so you can say 160 and to times by 70%. A lot of you have mentioned and are obviously comfortable with putting 70 over 100. Okay, so when you times in your fractions, you make them both a fraction, and then you go top times top. Okay, bottom times bottom. Tando, you want to help answer?
Hi, ma'am.
Hello.
Ma'am, I'm still calculating, ma'am, but I wanted to say that the percentage is 75 and not 70.
Thank you. I'm having one of those days, it seems. Thanks so much. Apologies, everyone. Okay, once we have that answer, let's see. I see a lot of you corrected me in the chat. Thank you for that. Looks like you guys are actually awake. So if I say 160 times by 75%, I should get 120 meters cubed. Sigma, do you want to help me finish this? Hi, Sigma. Nope. Okay, Itandile. Let's hear it. What's my next step?
Ma'am, aren't you supposed to minus 120 minus 75%?
We've worked out what 75% is now. So when this reservoir is full, it holds 160 meters cubed, but it's not all the way full. It's actually just a little bit less than full. Okay, and we worked out that 75% is 120. As you can see, it is slightly less. When it's full, it's at 160, but it's 75% full. So we are on 120 meters cubed.
Ma'am, I got, I don't think I'm right, but then I got 100, 100 and it's 120, and then it's 1,000, ma'am.
Okay, so that is the final answer. How did you get that?
Ma'am, I said 120 meters squared. I divided it by what do you call this? No, I times it by 100.
Not 100, 1,000. Well done.
Oh, 1,000.
1,000, right? Is that what you did?
Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes.
That's exactly it. So now, guys, this is a bit of a complex one because now all of a sudden we had to think, okay, liters. The link between liters and this 3D shape is volume. We had to work out volume. Then we know that this thing wasn't full. So we worked out now how full it was. What is it actually holding? But remember, they asked how many liters. We've worked out meters cubed. Okay, so our link is, guys, 1 meter cubed is equal to 1,000 liters. So this is a rule that you need to know. 1 meter cubed is equal to 1,000 liters. So therefore, this is quite difficult. It is quite a complex question. I take my 120 and I times by 1,000. Because remember, 1 is 1,000, but now I have 120. So I'm timesing by 1,000, which then gives me 120,000 liters. There was a lot in this question. So don't freak out. I'm seeing some freaking out. Okay. Please give me a thumbs up if we're still alive and okay in the chat. Good. Okay, we're still there. Okay, nice big one. Okay, so then I think this is the last one we have for today. 3.2.2. The reservoir provides water for a dairy. Okay, a cow drinks 100 liters of water per day. The farmer has 80 cows. How long will the water in the reservoir last? So I'm going to let you guys just think about that for a little bit. Okay, read the question again. And I'm going to highlight some things. One cow drinks 100 liters of water per day. There are 80 cows. How long will the water last? Lubanzi, you're going to help me with this one.
Ma'am, I wanted to ask something.
Ask
Ma'am,
away.
I wanted to ask how much is the water?
What do you mean, how much is the water? How much do we have in total?
Yeah, no, as in like how much is the water? Because it says the reservoir provides water for a dairy. And
Yes,
how
and I
much
remember
is that water?
we just worked it out in the previous question. We have 120,000 liters
Oh,
in total.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Perfect. Anyone want to help me with this one? What do I do next? I have 120,000. What am I doing? Anyone? It's Handile, yes. Just give
I'm
me.
unsure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm unsure. So that's what I did. 120,000 minus 100. That answer, which is 9. I don't know how to pronounce this. So it's 119,900. Then I divided it by 80.
Okay, and what was your final answer when you did that?
I got 1,498,75.
Okay, so the divide is a good start, but not the minusing part. We don't need to minus yet. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. Sorry if I mispronounced Piwokukle. You want to help us out?
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm good. Ma'am, so what I did, I said 120,000 divided by 80, which gave me 1,500.
Okay, and what happened to the 100 liters
Oh,
that a cow drinks per day?
Per day. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
No worries. So on the right track, but we just forgot one key little bit of information that each cow drinks 100 liters. Okay, I'm going to give one more chance to Blake.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Blake.
So, ma'am, I said 120,000 divided by 800 because, ma'am, I said 80 cows times 100 liters, which gives me 800 liters by
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
altogether.
whoa, 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 Blake.
Yes,
Think
Blake.
80 times 100. What is that?
Oh, 80 times 100, 8,000.
Yeah, boy, not
8,000.
800.
Fantastic. Okay, I was trying to visually show you. Wait. So perfect working out, but just the times didn't let you down there. So that is great, Blake. Well done. What was your?
Thank you, ma'am.
Can you work out the answer quickly?
Ma'am, I got 150.
Okay, so it's going to be slightly different now because of your multiplication error there, but not far off.
Oh, this
Just minus and a 0 off of there. So good thinking. Well done, Blake. That was fantastic. Okay, so guys, just quickly, just to end off, we have 80 cows. 80 cows, they each drink 100 liters. 80 cows, 100 liters. So that's 8,000 liters in a day. Okay, so I'm going to take my 120,000 liters and I divide by 8,000 because that's how much is consumed in one day. And that means this water will only last 15 days. So out of my big amount of water, because the cows drink so much, it will only last 15 days. Okay, so we're not subtracting the 8,000, we are dividing. Okay, so again, guys, I can see in the chat a lot of us made a mistake with our timesing. Okay, but you knew what to do, which is fantastic. People clear? Yes. Do you still want to ask something?
Sorry, ma'am, I left my hand up.
Oh, okay, no worries. Okay, guys, so this is as far as we got for today.